and all this and all this. And I think this is going to be part 3 of the whole. But this is part 3 or is this part 4? Yeah, this is of course of the second attempt of the whole the low level run, you know, stuff like that. So yeah, we haven't been trying to go fast, of course, obviously. So you know. Of course, yes. If you have the cat circlet here, that is the only cat that you can gain the health from. Stuff that, you know, because the weird cats never are supposed to be cats in this, you know, stuff like that. God damn it! Karma coin. I think there is a very sneaky red bean bun here. Very sneaky. There's of course blood skeleton that gave you nothing. They split the skeleton for some reason, like raises themselves up really quickly and stuff like that, you know. And I thought that these were actually done on purpose, just to make you drain the wolf form like really quickly. I forgot what was here. Oh, you go here for an elixir in the library card, it wouldn't be so worth it. I mean, an elixir is good, you know, especially if you have the duplicator and stuff like that. But otherwise, you know, since it's a bit of a hassle to get back, we can use the library card here because this can take a bit faster because we have a very good, you know. LOL card.
Young Master Alucard.
How about this?
How about this?
Thank you.
How about this?
How about this? How about this? Hell yeah. Let's just get the iron shield there. Technically, yeah, silver crown is pretty good intelligence-wise, otherwise. Yeah, the armor plate is still better than the thing that I'm wearing currently.
Thank you.
How many could you afford otherwise, Buffalo Stars? The core tokens are not as powerful of course, but you can gain way more of them. But you can see there how quickly like the cost of stuff. But yeah, the thing is, you just go and get, you know, the thing, by the way, the, what do we call it, you know, you go and get the... Oh no, we should learn technical class and then it's going to be 1 speed. Now, one thing that I thought that they should have done with Requiem, or maybe, I don't know how easy it is to program in, but there should have been more passwords. Because passwords are basically like the old names, right? That, oh, if you do like, what is it, axe armor, I think you call a save file, then you begin with the axe load armor and stuff like that, right? Because you also have like the whole Richter Belmont and stuff like that, you know, or Richter to start with Richter and stuff like that, but it doesn't work until you of course beaten the game and stuff like that, right? But you get that also if you get the bad ending, you can get Richter immediately and stuff like that, you know. So it can be worth still going for the bad ending, but yeah. But it would have been cool, right? Imagine, right, if in the randomizers, if they could have done like races that were used first, castle races, right? That you had to have more stuff to fight Richter, and then instead of saving Richter, you actually had to get the bad ending, so you actually had to fight Richter properly. But then I feel like Richter would need to be buffed, or that you wouldn't be able to use Holy Mail or use like darkness weapons or whatever, right? You know, something, you know. Yeah, so we all ended up being level 30, what, 33 last year? 33, but I feel like, right, that the question is though that when we got like the bash form, right, we went and got the silver ring, right, but I feel like didn't we have, did we get the power mist after that, or did we actually kill stuff before we had power mist? But I mean, like, even if you have power mist use, the main problem is of course also that the power mist is very expensive, right? So it's better to try and fly around with the bat as much as possible, of course. Right, that is just what I see. And since we have time, we might as well go and do this. Because I'm pretty certain we have enough time to go and do this actually here. I don't waste it too much here actually. He jumped out of bounds there, I'm pretty certain. It's actually pretty funny. This is where the save is. But this is basically where you go to the left here, and this is where the Alucard mail is. I mean, some of the locations I feel like for Alucard sword stuff makes sense. Like some of the locations, like the Dragon Helm kind of makes sense a bit, you know, where it's located. But the Alucard mail use being over here, you know. Right, but it makes more sense because this is where the sword is in the first castle. Yeah. But yeah, the fact also that it used to resist all the basic elements like fire, like the ice, and the like lightning is like really big stuff that's yeah. But wait, there was nothing at the very bottom. Yeah, there's nothing at the very bottom here. It's just, you know, because it's used like that on the other side, like there was nothing there. Like I always felt that was weird, like why is there a thing at the bottom on the other side, but then not the same, like why wasn't that placed in the bottom instead, like, you know, and stuff like that, you know. Yeah. It would have been interesting to have seen though what the third class was meant to have been. I forgot how far they even got with that, you know, and stuff like that, you know. Yeah, you can use to that, because even if you get hit right, you still have some frames to try and, you know, yeah, he went through the ground there as you saw. There's that miscoloration again of one of the leaping ones. And I don't know what that is supposed to be. You can see used to how much slower you consume MP when you bat. So I'm guessing it's supposed to be that it's more straining to turn into mist than turning into a bat and stuff that, you know. But that's weird, right? Because if you think about Dracula, right? Dracula never, right, turns into mist, right, in other games. And here there's two of the yellow ones, right? Or all of them yellow. No, there's one that is white there. And here we have Asagal, like the executioner from here. And of course, course, yes, the relics, to be, oh, it's a callback to, Castlevania 2, the whole, you know. It was very weird, but it could have been understandable, kinda, what they went for. But I wonder if it was that they got inspired. I forgot exactly what year it was that the second Castlevania game came out. Like, was it the same year, or was it afterwards, after, like, Zelda 2 was done and stuff that, Because Zelda 2 was a constant stuff that was more like RPG elements in it and stuff that, right? Zelda 2 was of course interesting. Yes, it was like very, very difficult Zelda 2. But especially like because I would say that yes, it's harder than Zelda 1 and stuff that, Zelda 2 and stuff that, because it had a very, very different with how it felt like and stuff that, And there were like some real like bullshit sections in Zelda 2, of course. And here, of course, just having a single heart refresh there is like weird and stuff there because, yeah. Oh, definitely occasions where I could have really could push up already and stuff that, and stuff that, Like, do they necessarily need to add like the third castle in at some point? No, not really, Now, it would have been interesting, though, if we say they could have given you somehow that they could have made it so that the game automatically saved after defeating both Shaft and Dracula, for example. And then basically the second time you would fight them, you would not gain anything from it or whatever, right? That would have been different. Okay, so we used the attack potion. We don't have a strength, right? No. We have the attack potion. But we do not have a strength potion. No, but that makes us deal 104 damage now, and we can, of course, put this on so that we can deal 104 damage, 109 damage rather. And here, taking hits doesn't matter because we have the Alucard mail. I mean, some of the hits do matter. But I'm pretty certain that the damage from the actual like power of Sight is not affected by intelligence. It's actually by your attack power. But otherwise, we can use check here because we have 109 here. So we now have because of the sling potion. Now we have 107 there on that. But we don't have a small potion, right? I didn't say like a small potion by mistake. No. We do have a lucky potion though. But you only have final save point there. You don't have like a... Right, then we do the power side here. Buffalo Star? Buffalo Star into Magic Missile. Iron Ball. Into anything else. We do have a TNT though, but there's a risk that it is immune to fire or, If you pause at the wrong time, you can actually get rid of a certain extra effect there, which can be bad. So I forgot to do this thing. Gain bastard, gain bastard, gain bastard, gain bastard. Now I'm gonna keep myself. Why did I try to be dumb about it? That's when I should have used, actually. That's when I should have used the thing, by the way. Is this the wrong one? Huh? Why is that save up there now? Alright, because it was always down here to save. God damn it. So that was level 36 with the clear. And it's not clear yet, of course, there. Where am I even? Where the fucking is the cursor? Okay, there it is. Yeah, level 33. Level 33 instead of level 36, so we're like 3 levels below. And actually it's probably better if we just keep the Necklace of Yay. Yeah, something we could have done also is we could have used, you know, because, yeah, we did have shield potions. And I am gonna keep the Necklace of Yay on there actually, instead. Yeah, I can do that fight better, I know that I can. Because I should have done the whole teleport strategy, like the teleport slashing strategy, and you spam that over and over again. Because in the beginning you kind of want to try and stay in the middle instead, so that you can just very, very easily avoid him alternating between left and right. Actually, also let's lock it up here. Are we still affected by the strength potion? Well, I think we are. We have 63 defense now, which is going to be a big deal. Yeah, 7 damage instead. And we need to pause, or I mean, we will eventually see if we get hit here. 43, yeah, it has stopped working. Heal potion. Back to 63 again. So you could duck that somehow. Just have the teleport slashes down and you'll be fine here. And now I think we reach power of siren and we win basically. Not really win, but then we Buffalo Star. And then back to Alcott. Sword. That is Alcott, yeah, okay. I just need to focus, you know. You can't duck that. But you know what, I always thought when the thing that shows up there, that is the amount of health he gets back, or something that he actually absorbs of health or something like that. Why do they look like alien heads almost? At least higher up there than normal. Here we go. Go backwards, you king. And we got to keep very little there, but yeah.
So you made it.
Alucard, you're all right.
So you had to fight your own father? It's my fault. If I hadn't been so weak, we wouldn't be here.
Not so. I had my own reasons to face him.
Still,
And then
it couldn't have been easy.
his cloak is the only thing that's
It
blowing
wasn't.
there and stuff like that, you know.
But remember, the only thing necessary for evil to triumph
Is for good men to do nothing.
So what now,
But it's
Alucard?
really interesting
The
how
blood in my veins
Symphony
is
of the Night
cursed.
is what led into
it's
them
best for the
making,
world
you
if
know.
I disappear.
But I mean, all this all don't happen
forever.
immediately because after this
see.
we had
Farewell then.
a
We'll not
curve
meet
or
again.
circle of the moon, basically. Stuff that
Alucard,
right, which was on of course Game Boy
Well, are you
Advance and
going
stuff
after
like
him or
that.
not?
And then of course after that we had the
no,
we
he's
had
right. It's best
we had the
this
Harmony
way.
of Dissonance.
There's no way I could
stuff
ever
that, you
ease
know.
his pain. Maybe someday
Which,
we
you know,
will
which
meet
had like
again.
very weird music,
Who
like
knows?
considering like Circle of the Moon's
Maybe.
music was really good.
Let's go.
And then like, oh, like why
Everyone's
does
waiting for us.
I mean, not all the tracks
Get out of
in Harmony of Dissonance is that way, but it is done that way, of course, because there are two versions of the castle technically in that game. There is like a dissonance version of the castle, and like the opposite of dissonance in terms of the musical thing. So they did that on purpose in dissonance and stuff like that. And I always thought that felt more like a direct sequel to Symphony of the Night, which I know might sound weird. And it's also because just Belmont or Justy Belmont, you know, it's not supposed to be Justin Belmont, or I think it's just, you know, Belmont. You know, save rooms were very similar to the Symphony of the Night save rooms and stuff like that. And I thought that it was, you know, like for a long time I thought it was supposed to be that, oh, it's like actually Alucard on the cover and stuff like that he's not actually Belmont or whatever, right? Because it was weird, like, you know, like, so I can understand like the Belmonts are powerful, so you know that whole thing with Richter, you know, leaving his shadows behind him, you know, and stuff like that, you know. Like when Richter moves, you can see when he's moving fast, you know, that he has those after images, whatever you want to call it, you know, and stuff like that. And there was like a whole Alucard thing, I felt like, you know, because none of the Belmont characters had that before him, right before Richter. Like Richter was the first one that had like the whole after images after him, right, you know, stuff like that, you know. But with Just, I felt like, okay, also that it was really weird for a Belmont to have like white hair, because white hair was usually, you know, like Dracula had white hair, you know, and stuff like that, and Alucard had white hair, you know. You know, but maybe there were like Belmont earlier that had like white hair or whatever, right? But I always felt like it was more like, you know, like, oh, that's more like a vampire thing, you know, and stuff like that, you know. Yeah. Now, of course, I still have the double pack here with the you know, the Castlevania double pack, which is the Castlevania double pack, Konami, 12 plus on it, Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance and Castlevania Hour of Sorrow. 2 games on 1 game pack. And then you had a Game Advance game here, and you had the instruction manual as well, which was a pretty thick one. You had that as a double pack there. You had a thick instruction manual, instruction booklet, mode and plow or handle mounting, handle lightning, you know, stuff like that. You know, that was like it wasn't like an insane thing, you know, and stuff that like only 2 games one, you know. But that would actually mean that if they did a random, like, why isn't there then like the compo randomizer, right? If they show that you can put 2 games on 1 pack, right? Because the thing that makes, for example, Super Metroid and A Link to the Past work is because they have free memory or something like that. They have like free space on their cartridge or something like that. It's something weird with how the memory in those games work. There is something that there is a free space, so that's why you can that's why you can have like both A Link to the Past and Super Metroid on the same thing, and they can work together. But since this cartridge has both, you know, it has both, and I do remember this here. Like you have like, okay, this works on a Game Boy Advance, but it does not work on a Game Boy Color, and not on the original Game Boy. But yeah, but it was an absolute insane pack, this Castlevania Double pack, because this wasn't even full price, this game. This wasn't even a full price game, it was actually cheaper than a normal Game Boy Advance games generally. And like having both Harmony of Dissonance and having Aria Song the same thing. Keep in mind that this ended up getting after having had Dinosaur and stuff that, that I got to the Death of the Pack after, so I said played actually Dinosaur first before playing Aria Song, which means of course yes I already knew about the oops. I think that's what we found. Yeah, that's what we found. Maybe it doesn't matter, it's fine. It's not fault Here we go. Developer key set. So now we should have the game clear here. We should have the game clear. Right, and yeah, level 33 then. 98%. Yeah, so that low level was level 36 of course, and this is level 33. Which is only 3 levels lower really, to be honest, so that's like really, really insane. Which is our highest though, by the way. I think the 68 file there, the lack mode file I think is the highest one we have. I'm just gonna check this out because, yeah. Because it's weird that I didn't change its name, and stuff that I can still keep it as the lack mode file. So haven't I already grinded up a duplicate? Yeah, we have one duplicate, but I wanted a second one, I think. We have 80,143 there. I have second yeah, I forgot, had I gotten all the stuff already? I had gotten all the armors, these are all the armors basically in the game. Alright, yeah. All the armors, all the helmets. Is it all the weapons already? Armasis, Safune, Katana, Masamune is there. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. Runesword Power of Sire, of course. Or had we not gotten Heaven Sword yet? On this file. I don't think we do have, yeah, but we only have one Heaven Sword. We don't have the Medusa Shield yet, I don't think. Skullfire, Fire Shield. Yeah, Goddess, Dark Shield, 5 of those. Yeah, no, we do have a one Warple also. One Blade Sword Familiar, of course, which is not maxed out yet. I haven't maxed out the Familiars yet. No, that is maxed out. But I haven't maxed out the Demon yet, for whatever reason. So why is that only 160? That seems very low. Oh, right, because you are weaker. During this type of file, you are like considerably weaker and stuff like that, but I felt like this is the best setup here for like the whole luck. It's basically because if you see here, for example, like Ring of Body is worse, likewise. And this is the absolute best thing the Lapis Lazuli there in terms of gaining more luck. I forgot what's my cloak color. Oh, I haven't set up a cloak color yet for this. Stuff that, But because of course this is the best ground spot for it, by the way, for the thing. This is just gonna be like an extra video. Stuff that, like after the whole, I thought what was my time here that I took to do the thing. Yeah, because we got the final save point was at 3 hours, 13 minutes, and I went and with the Galmot. I went back with the Olog, Skilla, Kerber, Scanfloon, and then Turgan to see if I did last. So it is a bit slow, of course, to swing with and stuff that, you know. That's the only thing that's bad with it and stuff that, and it's not as powerful as in the Saturn version. That's something that the Saturn version made that was really cool with the Evil Sword. It's like the stronger stuff that you would equip here, the better it would be and stuff that, but yeah. Because this enemy, and I've shown this before, I do remember in other videos, stuff that this is the absolute best thing to grind if you want to get, and basically there's, yeah, you go down and you do that basically. You get the 2 kills at the same time. And I feel at this level, I think at this level we only get 1 XP from getting the thing. But the thing is, on the PSP I had a file where I had gotten way higher level than this. Stuff that, because the main problem is the whole screen flashing and stuff that, right? Because that's something that, of course, that you can on the randomizer and stuff that you can use to move the whole screen flashing from like the yeah, Onyx there, for example. And you can get some very insane things. Although I don't remember if I've seen the I don't remember if I've seen the thing yet though. But or if it's better to use around 2 lapis lazuli, or if it's just better to run to like Ring of Arcanas and stuff that. And there you have hot bows, by the way. Instead, of course, you cannot combine 2 hot roaches with the starlight and stuff that, you know, so that's not something you can do. But yeah, we do have battle there, right? As well. I should just take sword like that, boom. That sword be first. But then basically, because of the way it works here, this is the order things will be in, so you can decide what you want to have first, basically, and stuff like that. So I have to kind of think about it in a reverse way with how you order things, you know, and stuff that. You have to think about that the one that ends up here at the top is the one you want to take last and stuff that, right? So the one you take first, right, you know. But because it's going to be sword now, it's going to be shield, and it's going to be special sword after that, you know, and stuff, but yeah. We do have that thing, right, yeah. So sword family is way weaker than normal, because normally it maxes out kind of 255 attack or something like that. But that's of course because of the strength value. Your strength value is so much lower. Stuff that's, yeah. Because you never needed, I don't think you ever needed to have like the 2 other things equipped. But am I dumb, or am I just blind again? I am blind, right? Yeah, battle Aris there. Power increases with game time, so you need to have 99 hours to have the maximum depth, yeah. But of course you are weaker used in the whole... But there is a trick also, but I don't know how it is that you do it, or if it's even doable at this point. You know, because there is supposedly a way to, like, quote-unquote respawn bosses in this. Whatever, I don't know exactly how it is that you respawn the bosses, you know, and stuff that, you know, or what it is that quote-unquote makes it happen, you know, and stuff that, right? Maybe it's a Saturn only thing or whatever, right? Because, yeah. So yeah, so most of the time, you of course, you're just getting circles and stuff that most of the time. And stuff that, but yeah. Maybe they have nerfed this actually. But maybe it's also when you kill them both at the same time, then that's make it worse. Circle and turquoise. And the thing is also that once you get 99 of them, I believe. Let's actually do this here instead. Put the circles up there. Turquoise is technically a little bit better because the circle is sparking ring, right? And I think that it's Zircon is aquamarine, then it's turquoise. I think turquoise is the third lowest valuable things. And then onyx, I think, is right. Onyx is immediately after that, right? Onyx, I think. Right, and then after onyx is where garnet goes in. After onyx, if I remember correctly. And yeah, eventually, once you have enough kills here, you eventually get you. And the reason why I want 2 duplicators is because I feel like the 2 duplicators is what you need to have in order to make that grind faster. The special second class of grind. Which you basically need to do once the guys give you only 1 XP per kill. That's when you need to start grinding that. I forgot how high we have grinded Ramosa here. Because the only strength increasing thing, we only have 14 plus extra strength. So we have the strength from this, of course, from the Dragon Helm. And then from the relic, of course, from the Tooth of Lad. Stuff there, so that's the only thing. Right, and what did we say Ramosa? Oh yeah, Ramosa we have, yeah, it only has 56 damage, so I haven't really grinded it at all on this file. Stuff that's, yeah. Because what you do is basically you do a low intelligence setup basically, and then basically because it's not a way to grind to 99 basically, because what you do is you just go and face the squids in the reverse cavern, and then basically you use you can dark metamorphosis also to heal while doing it, for example. But then, for example, you can equip like a bloodstone, and then you want to equip things that reduces your like intellect. So you equip walk armor because that reduces intellect. You equip sunglasses. I think it's specifically right. Sunglasses gives minus intellect. You equip blood cloak. That is not because it gives minus intellect, because blood cloak is used as a way to get more hearts. And then there's nothing really here that's quote unquote. I mean, technically, if you have 2 duplicators, you equip the 2 duplicators because that's actually gives you less intelligence as well. So that's a way to actually gain lower intelligence. If you have that, so that's very, very important to equip as well. So, you can do that, There's a weapon strength from Brilliant Mail, by the way. And Mojo Mail is, of course, the magic attack power. What is it? Magic plus 1.5, I think it is. I forgot if it's magic plus, or times 1.5 or something like that. It's times like 1.5 damage or something. And of course, even with this, right, even at this level, it's only 299 hots. This is crazy. On to record. Okay, good. Sometimes this can go way fast. Actually, let me try to slap on the 2 Lopez so we can have 149 luck. It's crazy. And the reason why I want to have 2 duplicators is because you end up wanting to use like basically double like power of Siren. Bad Pentagram also works because Bad Pentagram is technically stronger than using the power of Siren and stuff like that. So because basically you want to make sure that the sword dies completely, but you need to make sure that all the parts of the sword dies, which is the main problem and stuff like that. Because if you just one-shot the sword itself, then you don't get all the XP you're supposed to get, because killing the sword only gives you 1 XP. You need to be able to kill all the parts of the sword, basically, and stuff like that, which is the main problem. Because I believe there's the sword in the reverse chapel, I believe, are 12 parts to it. So I think it's 12 XP every time. Maybe it's 16 parts to it. Because basically each like weapon that it has around it, like all of them are not swords, by the way, and stuff that. So you know, that's another turquoise, so by the way. Of course, it has like a very, very low chance to give you the really, really good rings. Like there are very, very low percentages. But then once you max out Zircon, for example, like there have been people that have done insane things like what is a perfect file and stuff that, right? And I do remember reading about someone, but I'm pretty certain that that person did it on a mobile phone. Because on the mobile version, I mean, technically it's doable on this version as well, that you slap on the sword, familiar at level 99, and then you just stand at a certain place where the fishes are, basically, stuff like that, and you can use OF core grind to level 99 that way, because the fishes keep spawning and stuff like that, and you can just leave the game on. Stuff like that, and it won't be quick, of course. It won't be a quick way to level and stuff like that, you know, but yeah. But I feel like doing it manually will just be way quicker and stuff like that, you know. The question is, can you do it before you reach the game timer limit, though, reaching like level 99 and stuff like that, you know? So how many circles now? 6 circles, 16 aquamarines, 7 turquoise. And you have to realize even the lowest worth thing, right? What is it? Is it 150 it's worth, or is it 250 that Zircon is worth? Because I mean, even if it's 250, right, like 10 Zircons is still 2,500. Or stuff like that. That's the whole very, very powerful thing and stuff like that, but yeah. Normally it doesn't take this long for even a single garnet to show up and stuff like that, but yeah. Because this is literally technically the best place. Otherwise, you know, I've talked about the other place where you can grind also, which can theoretically sometimes be better, because you can grind in the first castle and you can grind the room in the Colosseum. You can grind a specific room where you have the sword skeletons, the one with the double swords. They're like the skeleton trainee things, you know, because they're not like the blade master, you know, they are used, you know, novice blade users, you know, stuff that, right? And normally one of the rare drop is actually a 400 coin bag, but when you have high luck, enemies have a higher chance to like drop coin bags, and that also works doubly the double way. So if you have like very high luck, so if you have, for example, one lapis lazuli and you have a Ring of Arcana on, then you have both a high chance to get a 400 bag because it's the rare drop, but then you also have a chance to get other dollary bags. For example, the 400 bag, of course, is insane because in that room there is like, how many of them is there? Is there 8 or is there 10 of them in that one room? Because basically, if it would be 10, then that would be basically like 4,000. If every one of them dropped the 400 bag and then they're 10, then that would be 4,000 every time to the room. And the thing is just that you can just clear the room very quickly. But if you think, for example, if there would be something that could just auto-sell this without having to go back, you know, you have like library cards. So I think I got a lot of them, yeah. Hit of course, yeah. The funny thing though is that Heaven's Sword here, you can see they're at where the troubles are and stuff that, which is interesting. So they do count as a trouble weapon, you know, and stuff that, you know. But yeah, I believe, right, that with the luck, you have a high chance to get the lower ones. If I remember correctly, that increases the chance that they will appear when you kill with the Jewel Sword, for example. You transform enemies into Jewel. That the luck actually increases the basic rings from having a higher chance to drop. But if you use 2 Ring of Arcanas, for example, then instead by using 2 Ring of Arcanas, you increase the chance that that, for example, the more rare gems show up. But then you need to use double Ring of Arcana to have the highest chance for that. Because this guy is the highest tier by basically both of them. I believe both the Skull and Yorick is the same tier, if I remember correctly, because there are 3 tiers, I think it is, to the enemies. And he is in that highest tier and stuff like that. And the highest tier means that he can drop all of the things. Even though it's very rare that he drops the Garnet, the Opal, or the Diamond, but he can. But it can take like a shit ton of kills. So the fact is that this is extremely quick. The fact that it's go in and out of the room, go use a little bit forward, kill. You know. And yeah, they will still drop Zircons even when you're at 99, but then it feels like you definitely, you know. That's an Opal. Yeah, the second most worth ring in the game. So Opal we definitely don't want to have. Like, so I think it's Garnet. Of the Onyx, I think it is Garnet. And then there's Opal, of course, and this is where the Diamond will go if we get a Diamond and stuff, that's, yeah. Technically, there's also a thing where you want to have like 99 of every single item, which you can actually fairly easy get once you have 2 duplicators, because once you have 2 duplicators, then you gain of the item that you use. So for example, if you have one of the for example, if you have 1 Power of Sire, then you will be able to gain multiple Power of Sires from using the Power of Sire when you have the thing, you know. Which is pretty hilarious in my opinion. Now sadly there is no weapon though that is technically affected by kills, because, you know, with the Muramasa you don't need actual kills with it and stuff like that. You don't usually need the blood stains on you and stuff like that. Which is why you use the knife, basically. You use the dagger or knife, right, whatever you want to call it. You use that, and then you have as low intelligence as possible, and then you use Dark Metamorphosis, and then maybe you also bring a Bloodstone with you here. Maybe use 1 Bloodstone and 1 Luck Duplicator. Or you use double duplicators and using the Bloodstone. The Bloodstone though doubles the strength of the heal. This is important. Maybe I should make the rice instead with the fish. Stuff that instead. Even though that rice needs to be cooked for a long time, I think the arboreal rice. But I wonder what type of thing that you need to have to properly like wash the rice. Because, you know, washing the rice is, you know, well, if you buy like, for example, proper actual like real Japanese rice, for example, you need to actually wash it like several times and stuff like that, you know, because that just makes the quality better or whatever it is, but yeah. Because yeah, I want to make sure also that we sell the gems by the end of course, whatever, so yeah. So you have 80,143 gold. And it's 500,000 that we need to get the duplicator. But yeah, the fact that we got an Opal before we got the Garnet is pretty interesting. Stuff that, yeah, the Opal is pretty rare. The Opal is actually more rare percentage-wise. I forgot what the actual table is. Stuff that, but I know that the table, the way it works basically is that you might think that the percentage value is fixed, but that is actually bullshit, because your luck does actually affect it. And the thing is, when you're running the luck mode, you can get to very high luck levels. But I believe that 999 is the maximum luck. I don't think it goes over 1,000, or maybe it does. But I forgot how they programmed in the thing, like, because during certain randomized settings, there's a thing that makes enemies almost always drop they almost always drop something. And is that used increasing the chance that something has to drop? Or is that just basically baking in 999 luck to the character or whatever, you know? It's the question, of course. What do we have now? We have... oops, that's one thing. Yes, so 99 circles now, 33 aquamarines, 14 turquoise, 1 onyx and 1 opal. Because once you have two duplicates, for example, you don't need to buy like 99, for example, of certain items, and I forgot if it was this file where I tried to do that. No. And of course, if you want 99 of every food item, you can keep using meal tickets, of course, over and over, or you can just use them individually and stuff like that, but yeah. Now, sadly, life potions and hammers you cannot technically get 99 of. I do have 99 sting potions though. That's actually pretty funny. Was that because we could get that in the shop or something that I forgot? We only have one duplicate, yeah. Because otherwise it would be very weird if we farm this with that. Yeah, the Covenant Stone is the strongest, right? Yeah. Gemstone Buckle, 15 plus strength. 10 plus strength from that, from the Kingstone. And there's the Nauglamir, by the way. The Dwarven Necklace, which is 15 plus defense. So I think that Nauglamir is actually supposed to be a Lord of the Rings reference. Except I'm guessing that it's not because I don't think it's ever mentioned in the films. But I think it gets mentioned in the book somewhere or whatever, because yeah. So dwarfs confirmed existing in the Castlevania universe. Yeah, when are we getting Bladevania though? We play as Blade. The vampire sphere. Blade plus E plus sharp equals blade as sharp. Okay, let's try double ring of Arcanas. And then it's still 99 plus 10 luck and stuff that, you know, breakthrough with that, you know. Increase rare item appearance. And basically it doubles the effect of the regular like Ring of Arcanas, if I understand correctly. But the thing that the Ring of Arcana does, yes, it increases rare item appearance, but it also does affect the regular item appearance. But it basically boosts the percentage values of the higher level things. So for example, now the high level rings gets boosted and stuff like that, right? And basically all the rings get boosted with their drop chance and stuff like that, right? But because you can see now we can get like double aquamarines and stuff like that, and you can also get like double turquoise and stuff like that. And I have seen like really rare shit happen. I do remember when I explained about this strat the first time, and I did a video that was quite a few years ago, I think. When I made a video, I talked about the fact that yeah, you could get super lucky and get like 2 garnets at the same time on getting 2 opals. Or if you're super mega lucky, you can just get a double diamond. There's a garnet. So the garnet you stopped immediately there, so yeah. So garnet goes where silver ring is. So yeah, so now we have almost all of them. Circle, Aquamarine, Turquoise, Onyx, Garnet, Opal, and then we just need a diamond. I don't think we will get a diamond in time though, but it is still worth selling off here, all of these. The good thing is, if I remember correctly, the Castlevania files, or like one word called Castlevania, it always becomes way less in file size. You know, even if it's 4K, like encoding, you know. Yeah, you can see the circles still dropping at 99 and stuff like that, but yeah. But it does take quite a long time to get like the 99 like Aquamarines and stuff like that, but yeah. But it is often worth more to like grind use 99 before you, or at least until you have like 99 Aquamarines and 99 circles and 99 turquoise. But sometimes you can just get unlucky and sometimes it just takes way too long and stuff like that, right? But yeah. But you know, you just get lucky, you know, that's the thing, you know, you just get lucky, you know. And the thing is just that even if the best amount of XP you can get now is like 12 or 16 per the kill, or for example entering and exiting a room, and then you basically have double duplicators, and then you use, what is it, either the bat pentagram or you use double luck of the you know, double of the power of sire, and then you enter and exit the room, and then you should be getting like 12 or 16 or so XP every time. And since it basically takes less than like 2 seconds or whatever to do it, because you don't need to wait in the room, you can use basically be left forward. You can basically do this. This is basically what you keep doing while you keep mashing the both attack buttons, because it's square and circle. You can theoretically also make it easier, because you can change your buttons here. You can change what your right hand. You can change what your right hand button is. You can change what your left hand button is. So you can like set up ones that are easier to mash. Stuff that, you know. So maybe you set up X and circle to be your buttons instead, you know. Stuff that, right? So if you want to set up like having a different setup, then you can, of course. So that was some of the economics, right? Yeah, that was economics. Yeah, so let's go. Technically, you don't need to use the duplicator here. You just need to use the lever card. There it is. Shibush. And you sword. Which is right there.
Young Master Alucard.
How about this?
So, 99 circles. You can see that even though they're not worth particularly much, 99 circles still goes for 14,850.
Thank you.
Aquamarines only worth 800 each. We have 42 of those. Turquoise, not worth that much.
Thank you.
2 onyxes, 1 garnet, and 1 opal there. So see, we almost had all of them. So now we have 168,593, and you see we need the 500,000, of course, for the duplicator and stuff. That's, yeah. So that's pretty decent. 168,593. So now we're just gonna go and save. And yeah. And of course on the PSP, I forgot exactly, had I reached level 80? I think I had actually reached level 80 already and stuff that on that one. Because on the PSP version there's less like blinking on the screen. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this. I'll see you all next time.